the first P of the marketing mix is usually the P of product. So again, there are 4 P's in marketing: product, price, place, and promotion. And so the first P is usually talking about the product. But what's a product? It's a generic term for goods, services, organization, ideas, people, and locations. So you sell a product, but when you say that, it's the generic term. So what do people sell specifically? IDs, people, locations, and so forth. A service is therefore a product, but it's a subcategory of the product. It's a more specific description. And a service has specific features, which is that it's intangible, inseparable, variable, and perishable. There are 3 levels of products. There's the core, what you buy the product for. The actual is the other additional features that you may be buying the product. And then the augmented are the further down elements where you're buying a product. So you buy a car for transportation, but then you have the actual product, which are the power of the car, the comfort of the car, the safety of the car. And then there are the augmented level of the product, which may be the warranties, the financing, the services. There are 4 types of consumer products. There's the convenience, the one that you constantly buy, and you don't see too many difference between the products. You don't think about buying it from something special, such as soap. And then you have the shopping products, which are the products that you will see differences from where you buy this product. You will see differences in pricing. You will start seeing some risk. You won't buy it as often, and you're going to look at the different brands and search for the one that is better suits your budget and your interests and your needs. And so that could be a washing machine. Then you have the specialty products. It's something that you don't buy very often. I mean, maybe a graduation gown or a wedding ring, or maybe buying a luxury car or buying a home. These will become specialty products. Then you have so for the specialty products, you don't buy it from everywhere. You make a lot of comparison. You're worried about making the wrong decision. So you may ask for more advices. You may try the product, and you would have some relationship with the place where you bought the product. At least you may not have known them before, but you will try to really know these people before you buy from them. The unsought are the products that do not apply for you, because maybe it's a product that serves a purpose that doesn't make any sense for you. The unsought is also the one that you just don't know. You've never heard of chestnut cream, and so you never thought of this, but then once you find out about it, you get interested. It may be unsought as well because you're not the typical targets. Maybe life insurance. If you're a teenager, you don't think of life insurance. The product lines have some key terms, and the one that is, I guess, the most common is the width of the product line, which means that how many different products you have in the product line. The depth is how many variations you have in each one of these different products. So you have Procter & Gamble, you're selling some detergent, you're selling some beauty products. So that's 2 different widths, but within the beauty, you may have different variations, and that would be the depth. And the length will be the total number of products that you're selling, and the consistency is what kind of connections, relations there are between all of these products. Like I mentioned, services are defined for being intangible, which means that you cannot touch it. Inseparable, which means that they are manufactured, produced at the same time as they are consumed. That they are variable, which means it's usually produced by a person, so therefore there may be some variations on a day, from day to day. And they're perishable, which means that if they are not consumed at the time of the production, they are going to be lost. So if you're thinking about a concert, you can't store the concert. I guess you could store it and put it in some electronic format, but at the time of the consumption of the concert, you're consuming it at the same time. They're produced by people, and these people are variation. I mean, not every concert has the same level of quality. And if you didn't go to the concert, you miss the opportunity. And that's why sometimes the exclusivity of a concert makes a big difference, because people know that it doesn't not happen all the time. So when you buy a product, you think in terms of the quality. So there's quality from the lowest quality to the highest quality with different features that make the product more interesting, because there's maybe more and more features, or maybe some new features that seem to make the product even better than the previous generation. There's different designs, and there's different shapes. So if we're looking at Apple as a company has been very much describing all of this, providing different features, improving the performance of the product, and at the same time giving some variations in terms of the design of the product and maybe getting bigger and maybe getting higher performance. So the level of the product is what I just described before. Depending on what you're selling, you will have a different core and then the different elements in order to explain what is the actual product with the different features, maybe the different style and designs, and versus the augmented, which may be the services added to a good, for example. If you're buying a service, there may be the other things. So you're going to a concert, you're not thinking about the food that you will get into the concert, but maybe the food is an augmented element of the product. The 3-4 level of different types of products, I've just described this. The product line, thinking in terms of the width, the depth, the length, and the consistency. And some examples are, if we look again at cars, we will see that there is a width. Here is a width of 3 types of products, and there's a depth where there's a depth of 3. If we look at Procter & Gamble, we see that their width is 5, and if we're looking at shampoo, we'll see that the depth is 2. When you're developing, therefore, this product, you're also thinking about maybe making it better by going more upscale, or maybe making it more popular by minimizing the cost in order to reach more people. And so this is called the product line length in going towards more upscale versus downscale. An example of that is Emporio Armani, who is creating different products with Giorgio, with Armani jeans, with AX, and all of this is products coming from the same company, but with different perspective of the exclusivity and the price. When you're buying a product, the decision is, what are the main attributes? What is the brand? What's the different style of packaging? What's the labeling? And then what are the supports that we offer to this product? Is where can they get the product? How can they get it serviced? What kind of financing do they have? What kind of delivery? What kind of instructions? Packaging is very important, and sometimes that makes the whole reason why someone buys the packaging. It helps to differentiate the product, it protects the product, and it gives another way of consuming the product. If we look at this yogurt, for example, a yogurt that came in the tube was a disruption for the industry because suddenly it could be consumed by a group of people that were not inclined to consume the product. I don't want to eat my yogurt because I need a spoon. It's too many steps. With the tubes, you make it easier for the kids. Pringles found that people wanted to get the same chips, and they wanted some kind of consistency in the chips, and therefore they created a tube where you could get the chips straight from the tube. And this packaging design became a disruption for the chips industry.